Hello guys, it's me, V Clifto, bringing you a guide to Braum, the heart of the Freljord. Have you ever wanted to be a muscular guy? Have you ever wanted to have a stash that is just dashing? Have you ever wanted to be the protector of the poorer race? If you said yes to any of these questions, then Braum is probably the champion for you. Let's start off by talking about his abilities. First off is his passive, called Concussive Blows. Braum adds concussive blows to the enemy in a stack system. After 4 stacks, the enemy is stunned. You add stacks by using auto attacks or Qs. Once the target has been stunned, they cannot be stunned within a few seconds. Also, after being stunned, Braum does bonus damage through his auto attacks in magic, or does magic damage through auto attacks. Next is his Q, which is Winter Bite. It is a skill shot that adds a concussive blow, slows them, and also does damage based on how much of Braum's maximum health. So building him tanky is key. Next is his W, which is Stand Behind Me, which allows you to jump to a champion or minion, giving them bonus armor and magic resist based on a percentage of Braum's armor and magic resist. You sadly cannot ward hop. Next is Braum's E, which is Unbreakable, which is a shield that stops projectiles from going past the shield. It's kind of like a Yasuo wind wall, but Braum actually takes a percentage of the damage that is dealt. You have to aim it before, aim it in a certain direction. It isn't a complete ring around Braum. It is a directional, so you have to be aiming it correctly. You can accidentally aim it wrong, and it will not help you out. It also gives you a bit of a movement speed, so this can help you catch up to fleeing enemies. Lastly is his ultimate, which is Glacier Fissure, which Braum slams the ground as hard as he can and leaves behind a frozen carpet, which slows people. Also, while it is activated, it will knock up enemies within the blue carpet. So this will be great to initiate for champions or help out wombo combos and other stuff. You want to probably max out your Q first, then max your E, and lastly maxing your W. But you can switch the second maxing between W and E. And you would want to put your points into your ultimate at 6, 11, and 16. Items to buy with Braum. You probably want to start off with a relic shield, a few health pots or biscuits, depending on your masteries, and maybe one mana pot. And you will like to have a yellow trinket because you are a support, and that's pretty much the only trinket everybody gets in the beginning anyway. Nextly, you want to max your relic shield into be a face of the mountain. The active on it is very helpful. It does give you a bunch of bonus stacks and stats. Next, you will want to rush a sight stone because it gives you bonus health. Bonus health is not very bad on Braum because it helps make his Q a lot stronger, and vision is never a bad thing. Nextly, you would probably want to buy is Moby Boots to allow you to move around the map to help out other lanes other than your bottom lane. This will help him move around because he is big. He's a big guy. He is a little bit slow, so having Moby Boots will allow him to move in and around the battlefield. Next is pretty much up to you, but I normally build is a Sunfire Cape. Sunfire Cape allows you to have also aspects of fire and ice, which is unbeatable against any player. I mean, it's unbeatable. And the bonus health is always appreciated. Next, you would probably want to buy is what is the item? A Righteous Glory, which will allow you to move quickly with your allies. This is probably used mostly if your team doesn't have a great initiation and you really want to move fast. Also, the health is not a bad thing, like I've said. And mana is not also a bad thing because Braum can be mana hungry if you're just shooting Qs all over the place and jumping and hopping and shielding and doing your ultimate. Yeah, like you'll just run out of mana. And you really want to have mana on Braum. But yeah, that's pretty much the reason why you'd want a Righteous Glory. After that it is really up to you, and depending on your matchup, you probably, if you want magic resist to stop a magic heavy team, a Spirit Visage is not a bad thing, giving you cooldown reduction and healing and all those other good stats. After, if you still need some armor, a good 3 items you can get is Omen, Thornmail, or a Frozen Heart. Frozen being very theme oriented, so that probably will be your best bet. But I mean, the Omen is also good because of that bonus health, which is greatly appreciated. Other than that, you can build him pretty much anyway, just helping out your team, shielding them, giving them health, giving them shields, and like I said, shields and health and all that other good stuff. Being able to protect and zone your team. On a rating of difficulty, I give Braum a very easy. On a, I mean, I guess that's pretty explanatory. But the reason I give him this is I recently actually just bought a new keypad. It's a Razor Tortoise, and it is, I mean, my first game. This is actually not my first game playing with it. This is actually my second. But the first game I played with, I was trying to record with Braum. Some mix-ups happened with the recording, and, well, on my first game, I went 5-4 and 25, missing a lot less skill shots than in this video. I pretty much used my Q as a warning shot to not come in for this game, but that first game I did go really well. And the end of this game, I ended up going, I believe, 4-5 and 15, or 15, or 5-5 and 15, something like that. So, I mean, the first 2 games I play with a new keypad, and I just crush it, and I'm pretty much playing a dominant support, even though I miss every single Q in this game. Fun. On a scaling of fun, he is pretty fun to play, and if you do get ahead, you will have a blast. Champions to play with him and champions to go against him. Braum is very good with auto attack based ADCs, and you think almost every ADC is, yes, auto attacks, and they're going to be strong. But a lot of them are actually, there are a lot of them that base a lot more on their casting, such as Varus is a very pokey and will not use as much auto attacks. There are plenty other ones out there that, like Kog'Maw or Corki, they will not be actually very good, as good with Braum as other champions. Auto attack based champions such as Twitch, Caitlyn, and even though Graves is very spell based, he is actually pretty good. Lucian would be also pretty good, but that is because they have a dash and they can come in, so you can initiate and then they can come from very far away and come into the fight and easily get the stun off. But you want to go with auto attack based champions. He is very strong against melee supports because they have to come in to initiate. Braum can add his stacks really easy. He doesn't actually have to hit his Qs. He can hit his auto attacks. And there will be within range of your ADC. But he is not, I'd say he's probably weaker against ranged ones, especially against people with stuns like Morgana and stuff. He'll actually be a little bit harder. Even though he can block the skills from your ADC, you probably would rather go against a melee champion. ADCs that he's good against are also auto attack based ones because you can pretty much stand in front of your ADC and block all the damage coming in, and you can have him shooting back. So you're pretty much, your ADC is completely safe, and unless you fall behind early, you should almost win any trade. He's also very good against poke compositions because he can block a lot of the skill shots. But I would recommend, if you see something like a Twitch and an Alistar or something that's an auto attack based ADC and a melee support, tell your ADC to just choose someone that's auto attack based or very more auto attack than skill or spells and stuff like that, and you'll pretty much win every lane because Braum is very tanky. He gives tanky stats to his ADC, so there should not be any very big problems. He does have a lot of CC and zoning potential, and be able to protect his ADC. He is very good with also late game ADCs because he can protect them. But other than that, that's pretty much all Braum is, or that's what Braum succeeds at. Composition as a whole to be with, he is probably very good with Yasuo because you can get multi-man knockups. I mean, other than that, I mean, there's 100 champions that probably do it better than Braum, but he is very good at that. Also, very engaging, happy teams are actually very good with Braum, because if he has someone like Sivir or somebody, if you have Righteous Glory and your team really wants to just jump in and jump on top of him, Braum's very good because he can add a bunch of stacks on a lot of different people, stunning multiple people, dealing his damage, zoning them out, protecting your ADC, and then your ultimate is just a knock-up and a slowing hazard that is just so hard to get out of. But that's pretty much what you want to do with Braum, is have a very engaged team. Where does he, early game, or where is his greatest strength is probably mid-game or later laning phase, because if your ADC, if you can get him a few early kills, then Braum has almost no problem destroying other ADCs. He can pretty much tower dive and tank a lot of shots, because you do want to build tanky. Braum doesn't actually only have to play support. He can't be played top lane. I actually gotten destroyed, sadly, from a top Braum. If you get ganks with a top Braum with a top Braum, if you're Braum and you get ganks, it is very helpful, because if you add a couple stacks and then it becomes a 2v1, and then you have CC, and he is crazy. He is very tanky, and while building tanky, he does actually bonus damage, which is kind of crazy. So I have actually gotten beaten by a Braum top. There's not much you can actually do against a Braum top if you're melee. But yeah, if you want to do something fun, you should actually try him out in the top lane. I don't know. I have actually played him as a jungler, but what happened there is I built Devour, and you either have to stack up your Devourer, because he costs a lot of money to build a lot of his items, and so I built Devour just, to have fun, so you'll be able to just keep stacking, and then after you stack it on one person, just keep wailing on him. It is alright. His ganking isn't really that good, so Jungle Braum isn't the best. But you can try it if you want. Other than that, I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it. You probably want to have a tankier rune page and a tankier mastery page, putting more points into your tank. But it's not absolutely needed. If you're playing support, you can put a lot of your points into. You can put probably all 30 points into utility and still have a good game. Runes, you probably should just put armor seals, probably magic. Ability power, marks, magic resist seals, and then you could put almost like scaling health or scaling armor or whatever you feel like into your quintessences, and you'll be fine in support lane. I mean, his masteries and skill and runes wouldn't be too difficult to come up with. He benefits probably greatly on cooldown reduction, so you could have actually some cooldown reduction early, or movement speed. Whatever. I mean, you can almost put anything on Braum and you'll do fine. Like I said, he's a very easy champion, very good champion to get used to. He is kind of expensive because he is a newer champion, but if you do end up buying him, I hope you enjoy playing him, because I enjoy playing him. Please put down in the description what you thought of the guide. If you think it was helpful, please put that. If you thought it was bonkers, and then you can hit that dislike button and you can tell me why. Please hit that like button, though. It does help me out. It makes my videos a little bit more popular, and it will show up on other people's channels and other recommended videos. So putting up the like button will actually help me out. So I'd like to at least have, I don't know, maybe even a tenth of the people that watch it hit that like button, because that would greatly help me, help get the video out. So please do hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter at vclifto YouTube, YT for YouTube. On Twitter, and you can chat with me if you want to play with me. Do so. I actually had recently a subscriber try to send me messages and try to play with me. Didn't end up playing with him. He's a pretty cool guy, so you can also do that if you want to play with me. Just send me a couple messages. Twitter. What I really want to do, though, is I really want to start streaming on YouTube, not on Twitch, because I don't like Twitch. For some reason, Twitch is just way too much work. But I've actually seen a bunch of streams on YouTube recently, and I like the idea. So I'm going to probably start doing that as soon as possible. I apologize that these videos haven't been coming out as soon as you may have wanted them. I've been currently not... I am a college student, and I am taking classes over the summer to catch me up, because I was taking a little bit less classes during the first year I was having problems like finding the right times to do it because I was working earlier. But I am currently in school, so that's why I've been having a hard time. It's like 5-week courses, so they actually take a lot out of me. But you probably don't want to hear about that. But like I said, please hit that like button. I will be coming out with more videos soon. I have my mid laner decided. I'm going to be doing a collie, so if you really want to watch that, please wait. Please look for that new guide, and please subscribe for future videos. I guess that's it. So this has been V Clifto, and I'm signing off. Stay cool, my friends.